Hello, welcome to the Invest in Value channel. I am Victor, and in this video, I'm going to go over Meta Platforms. Meta Platforms, as you likely know, is the owner of Facebook, WhatsApp, Oculus, Instagram, and is the leader in social media. They've had their earnings to release this afternoon, and the stock price is up considerably. Last time I checked, they were up about 18% and after hours trading. So I think what the message was that they grew some. It wasn't the best earnings release I've ever seen, but the last earnings release really scared investors and I guess scared analysts, and everybody operated like, Facebook was gonna be a fraction of what it once was. So once they showed in this earnings release that they just released today that they are growing, the sentiment changed very quickly, which was pretty amazing if you think about it. Facebook, I'm always in awe of looking at, how big they are. In their information, they say that 3 million people around the world share ideas, offer support, make a difference on one of their platforms. 3 billion, holy smokes, that's a lot. 200 million businesses use the apps that Facebook Meta provides. So just the scale of this company is amazing. I want to take a look at this company and see if it's a good investment. There's 3 things I look for in a good investment. First, I want to get a discount on the investment to make sure I make money over the long haul. I want to know that the company is operating and performing well, and I want to know that it's a good time to buy. So let me tell you more about Facebook Meta. So over the last 5 years, if you owned Meta, you would be probably a little dissatisfied. At one point, you were probably making 200, 300% return on your investment. And that would have been around the peak that occurred in 2021. But since then, they've gone from $370 per share down to like $175 per share. That's about a 60% haircut. And boy, was that brutal. So over 5 years, you would just be up 16%. Looking at the 1 year chart, that's where over the course of 1 year, you're down 43%, even worse, just year to date. It's really just been amazing how fast the stock has gone down in value. I have owned Facebook Meta for years, and it caught me by surprise. The earnings release that came out 3 months ago wasn't that bad, and from my observation, but the emotion that followed was incredible to the downside. I bought a lot more shares when it dropped, and I've been buying more shares of Meta, and I'm glad because after their earnings today, it popped 18.59%. So it looks like that everybody on Wall Street now believes that Meta is going to stay in business. I like to value companies before I invest in them, and here's my valuation of Meta. I'm going to use a discount rate of 7%. That's a very conservative rate. I could use 5% because these guys are so solid. They have almost $50 billion of cash or short-term securities. And these guys are about as solid as anything. But I'll go with 7% just to be conservative, and interest rates are up. Historically, they've grown revenue at 31% if you look at the last 5 completed years. But I'm going to go on growth rates of 10% from years 1 through 5, and then 5% from years 6 through 20. I like to take free cash flows the company produces, grow them. And again, I'm going to grow them first 5 years by 10%, and then the following 15 years by 5%. Because cash is really the ultimate measure of, is that business successful or not successful? In the case of Meta, they produce incredible cash flow. So taking the cash flows we expect from Meta over the next 20 years, the net present value of the company is $794 billion. The market cap today is $475 billion. So there's a pretty significant discount on Meta currently. On a per share basis, the value per share that I calculate is $292 per share, but they're trading roughly at $175 per share. So they have about a 67% discount on the stock price compared to where it's valued. The performance of Meta in 21 was really good. They grew 20%. Incredibly, they generated $39 billion of free cash flow, 9% yield on their market cap, just incredible. Net income of $10 billion, just awesome performance. In Q1, they just released it. They grew revenue 7%, grew daily and monthly active users by 6%. Free cash flow is 8.5 billion, which is 9% growth compared to the same quarter last year. They repurchased $9.4 billion of shares at the end of March as well. I believe this stock is oversold and at a discount. There's good upside and a long-term gain if you hold Meta. I have added shares recently. I started adding shares after the big drop, and I already have a large position in Meta, and will continue to buy shares. Maybe not tomorrow if it's up 20%. But I'll buy shares strategically on dips. So looking at Meta's scorecard, you can definitely get a discount on this stock. But again, wait till it calms down tomorrow. I think the stock's going to be up quite a bit. The company is operating and performing exceptionally well. The people that work at Meta, these are probably the brightest people for social networks. It's hard to argue, that the top talent for this particular industry, this space, the top talent is at Meta. And it's a very good time to buy because the drop that we saw 3 months ago was so severe that it really went too far. And I think it's a good time to buy before it catches a lot of momentum to the upside. So this video is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not recommending you buy Meta or any other stock or security. I create these videos to share my experience in my investments. In this case, I'm a stockholder of Meta. Thank you for watching my video. Please do me a favor and like my video. Consider subscribing to my channel and hit that bell if you want to be notified when I release a new video. Good luck investing in 2022.